Well, hello everyone, welcome back. The Frugalista here. Today I'm cooking a whole bird on a can of cola. Yes, believe it. This is an easy recipe. It takes a bit of a while because it's a whole chicken we're cooking. I'm going to take you through the ingredients and the process. So in here we've got a whole chicken cleaned. Very important that you make sure that the insides are clean, so the cavity is, all the muck is removed and everything. And then I've got some butter, real butter, and I've got some garlic that I've grated, some parsley, some lemon zest, and salt in here. We're going to put this under the skin of the chicken. And over here I've got some mayonnaise that I'm going to flavor with some spices, and that we're going to put on the outside of the chicken. So give me a second. Okay, so before I put the butter under the skin of the chicken, I quickly want to flavor my mayonnaise. So in here I've got some mayonnaise. You can decide how much you want. And then I'm going to put in some dried chili flakes, some paprika, smoked paprika. You don't have to use mayonnaise. You can also flavor some butter. But because I'm making a video, it's going to be a messy story. So we're playing with our food today. And yeah, I've done it with mayonnaise in the past. This is a chicken braai spice. I mean, you can use Portuguese chicken, you can use chicken spice, you can use mother-in-law, whatever you choose. So whatever mix you have that you normally flavor your chicken with, put about 2.5 teaspoons into the mayonnaise. And then just gonna mix it through. And have a basting brush ready that you are going to use to, I mean, you can use your hands, but I'm going to use a brush to smear the outside of the chicken. So here's my whole bird. You can use whatever you have on hand. I've got a silicone spatula, and I'm going to just push it under the skin of the chicken to loosen the skin. Okay, you can see there, quite loose. I've got the spatula underneath. Again, very important, your chicken must be dry, patted dry. And I also just want to show you the cavity. So the cavity is completely clean. All the muck has been removed and everything, because we're going to let the chicken sit on a can of Coke. You can choose whatever you want. You can put beer, ginger beer, whatever. So here's my pieces of butter. I'm lifting up the skin and I'm pushing the butter under the skin. Push it up as far as you can, because as the chicken cooks, it's going to crisp up the skin, and obviously it's going to drip into my bowl here. I'm also going to cook some vegetables with it, but that I'm going to do after I have the chicken in the oven for about a half an hour. I've got my oven on 180, 190. Okay, you can see now there's the butter under the skin, and this is a mixture of grated garlic, parsley, lemon zest, and salt that I'm also pushing underneath the skin. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, so before I anoint the chicken with the rub or the mayonnaise, I'm going to tie the legs. You don't have to do this, but I'm doing it just to make sure that use some string. This is just normal craft string that I have. So I'm taking the one leg, and then I'm just, I hope you can see, tying the two legs together. Just cross it over like that. Yeah. Okay, and just tie it tightly. I'll snip the ends off. So now I've got my rub over here, and I'm gonna just rub it all over the chicken on both sides. Before I rub it on the other side, I just want to set it on the can. It's just gonna make it easier. So I've got a can of Coke. Wash your can off, please, with soap and water. Rinse it thoroughly. And I'm gonna put about a third of the moisture into the into my dish. Have a dish that's going to catch all the drippings from the chicken. Okay, so I want to do this as elegantly as possible, so don't judge. So you lift up your chicken. Take off this little... Okay, don't take it off. Take it off, don't take it off. Okay, so what's going to happen... Okay, this ain't going as well. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me just clean my hands. Okay, so I basted the whole chicken with the mayonnaise and the spice. It's sitting on top of the can now. You can see it's quite sturdy. And I'm now going to put it in the oven for half an hour. I'm going to start on 200 for half an hour. Then I'm going to remove it. There should be some... because remember that the chicken is going to crisp up now. Start crisping up from the outside. And whatever drippings will fall into the pan. Then I'm going to prepare some vegetables that we're going to cook for the remainder of the time in the oven. About 30-45 minutes. Okay, it's been about a half an hour. I had the oven on 200 and I had the chicken in. You can see it's beautifully starting to brown. So what I'm going to do now, and there's also quite a bit of drippings in the pan. I'm going to add vegetables. So I've got over here, I've got some sweet corn, some roughly chopped onion, garlic in its cloves, some carrot and some potato wedges. That I'm going to just put around the chicken and season with salt and pepper. And then it's going back into the oven. I just want to chat about the can of cool drink, or cola or soda, or whatever you choose to call it. What it's doing, it's flavoring the chicken from the inside in the cavity, and it's also creating almost like a sauna, like a steam bath. So that helps the chicken to stay moist. So let me just put in the vegetables and I'll be right back. Okay, all my vegetables are in. I just made on a little bit extra of the mayonnaise mixture. I've got some water here that I'm adding, and you can see all the vegetables in the tray. I've seasoned it just with some salt, and I drizzled it with a little bit of olive oil. So I've got some water in here, and I'm just going to drizzle it over the vegetables. It's going to go back into the oven. I lowered the oven to 180 now, and it's going to be in there for an hour. Just like that. You can check on it. If your pan is too dry, you can just add little bits of water at the bottom for the vegetables. But check on it. So it should be ready in an hour. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, so my chicken is out of the oven. And you can see it's now upside down. So I did turn the chicken from time to time. It's been in the oven now for an hour and a half. So because you can see that it wouldn't have cooked evenly if I didn't turn it. And what also happens is the liquid that was still left filled the pan, and that is the juice that the vegetables are cooked in. So I'm going to remove the chicken from the dish and let it rest, and put the vegetables back, because my potatoes aren't completely cooked yet. Put it, leave it in another half an hour to cook, and then I'm going to make a gravy of the sauce that's left in the pan. So very easy. I just lift the chicken out and put it on a serving tray. Cover it with foil and let it rest for 15 minutes before you remove the can, because the can is still hot as well. Okay everyone, chicken is done, beautifully cooked. After I rested it, I spatchcocked it and all my veggies are done. So I'm quickly going to show you how to make a gravy from the juices of the pan that I cook the chicken in. So I took remember this is some of the Coke and spices and everything I added. So I took most of the pan just out because I want to start with just making a roux quickly. So just move that about and then add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of flour. I've got some cracked pepper here. You can check the salt content, and then just add bits of the juice. You don't want the pan to start flaring up. So let the flour cook out. I only have 1 plate on, but you can put 2 plates if you are that brave. I'm not that brave on camera. Okay, so once that is cooked, just give it a few minutes. Okay, I switched on the bottom plate as well. Okay, so I've got it on a low setting. Oops, I almost burnt my hand off. And then you just add the rest of your pan juice or pan liquid, and you gradually stir through, and it will thicken up. So you can strain this. You can see that I left the onion in, I left the garlic in. We prefer that way, but you can then strain this. If it's too thick, you can add some water, you can add some red wine, you can add some lemon juice, whatever you have. I mean, that is what cooking is about. You make do with what you have, and that is how new recipes are made. So I'm just going to decant this quickly and then show you the final product. Okay, this is my beautiful gravy. For the purpose of this video, I strained it. See how kind I am. So you can pour the gravy over your chicken or your vegetables, whatever you prefer. And yes, there we go. SodaCanChicken with roasted vegetables. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for joining me. Please comment, like, subscribe. I have too little followers, too little subscribers, too little of everything. If you want me to create more fun, fabulous, frugalistic videos, then do what you need to do. Thank you very much for joining me. Give me a cheeky thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers!